All right, if you want to be able to fire off large quotes, full house construction, new construction, or renovations, big jobs, and get them to your contractors in less than 10 minutes, this video is definitely for you. All right, so I've got the blueprint pulled up here. I have 3 screens. So I'll have my blueprint set up, and then I'll have my email or any information that I have for my contractor. I'll have that pulled up on another screen, and then our kind of quoting software that we use, or my QuickBooks or whatever it is. So I have, the main blueprints are here. I'm checking them out, and then I'm kind of just plugging information in and going through. I don't normally highlight these things. Actually, it's not a bad idea if you struggle with finding things and reading blueprints really well. So I just kind of highlighted all the little different things that are going on here. This right here is the basement. We have a mechanical room and then a laundry room with a sink. We have a gas fireplace over here, 3-piece bathroom. We got a vanity, shower, and a toilet. This house is 2,600 square feet on the main floor. So it's a bigger house for sure. This is actually a very old job that I did. It probably took me about 8 hours to complete this quote when I first did it originally. So now I'm just going to show you how I can do it with our new system, the way we do it much, much faster. So we got a kitchen here. I circled this. It's a wood burning fireplace. I don't think they had a log lighter. This was actually just a wood burner. So I don't think we ended up putting a log lighter in here, but I just wanted to highlight it. These are kind of like the questions you want to ask your contractor. Hey, does this have a log lighter? Then we had a 3-piece bathroom here. Can't remember if they ended up doing a second sink here, but this is like kind of like a mother-in-law suite, this whole section over here. She had her own little fireplace and then like a little kitchen kind of bar sink type of thing right here. Then we have a half bath. I just kind of highlighted the whole thing, but this is a bar sink and then a kind of powder room sink and toilet right there. That is pretty much it there. And then we have the upper floor, the second floor. We have a 4-piece kind of kids bathroom and then a gas fireplace and a 5-piece master bathroom. I'm very surprised. I don't remember them not having laundry upstairs, but you'd think they'd want to have laundry upstairs and not all the way in the basement on a big house like this. But I'm going to come back to the basement, and this is kind of where I start my process of how I do it. So I come over to our kind of software here. I'm not going to put in the address or any real names. I got the address. I plug in the address, and then I have, the biggest house possible. We are going to add some bigger houses here. Right now our pricing hasn't been changed for a while. So normally we're about 30-35%, but I'm going to put it to 40. This was a very custom builder, so they expect kind of higher end stuff. So we do have kind of different rates for different types of contractors that we do work for. This is a very needy builder that we did work for, so we'll put it at a higher rate. And then you just plug in your date of when you're filling it out, and then you add sections. I'm actually gonna start this over and kind of show you how it works. So you add a section here, find the first section, it's called groundworks. Well, once you collapse them all, and then once you add anything to do with drainage, it's going to automatically add a section for water lines and finishing. So then I'm going to add another section, and we're going to go for main floor drainage, and we'll collapse that. And then we'll go for second floor drainage, collapse that. And then we're going to need a hot water tank in there. I think this one had a boiler, but we're just going to put a hot water tank in for sake of this quote. We haven't incorporated hydronics or anything like that yet. We got gas. We do gas where we're from. And we have some of this stuff is all going to be for renovations and whatnot. So there was a recirc line in this one, so we're going to add that one. Bigger houses generally will have recircs, and I think that's pretty much it. The rest of this, pipe insulation. Anytime you add a hot recirc line in a house in Calgary, where we're from, you have to insulate all the hot lines. We're going to drag and I like to organize my sections in a certain way. I like to have kind of the way I quote it. So it's like groundworks, main floor, second floor drainage, and then water lines, hot water tank, gas, recirc pipe, insulation, and finishing. So we're going to come in and do the groundworks first. So we come back to the quote. We know in here we have a mechanical room. So there's going to be, in this one, there's 2 furnaces and a hot water tank. They're not showing it in here. So these are all the questions when you pull this up. You email your contractor and ask them, like, how many furnaces do we have? What kind of hot water tank are we doing? Hydronics, blah, blah, blah. All those hard questions that you need to ask them before you can even actually start quoting. So we have a laundry room, a sink, and then a 3-piece bathroom, and then the gas. We're just doing drainage right now. So we're going to come in here and we do our 4-inch main drain. So this is going to get us a 4-inch drain all the way to our mechanical room from where the services enter the building. We're going to add 1 floor drain. We're going to add a washer and dryer that we saw there. We had a laundry sink. Miscellaneous materials are going to add your glue and your mainline back water valve that we use. Condensate drain, we're going to add 1 for the furnaces and then 1 for the hot water tank. And now I don't remember, do we have a bar sink? I don't think we had a bar sink. Oh, there is a bar sink here. See, that's why you want to double check everything. I didn't highlight it, but we're going to come back here, throw in a bar sink there. And we had a 3-piece bathroom down there, right there. So that is it for the drain, for the groundworks. Quite a bit going on there. And then main floor, we swing back over here and we come down and we have a kitchen sink for drainage, or a 3-piece bathroom. So I'm just going to come back over here. So we had a half bath, we know that. We had a kitchen sink with a vent because it was attached. We're allowed to use cheater vents if it's an island, but this was not a cheater vent. It was attached to a wall, so you got to put a vent there. We had a 3-piece bathroom, which was right here for the mother-in-law suite. And we remember half bath and a bar sink. Oh, we don't have an actual bar sink, so we'll just call it a prep sink. It's essentially going to be the same thing. We can customize and add a bar sink in here, but the prep sink is going to be the same materials and labor and all that stuff. So then miscellaneous materials, again, just screws and glue and things like that you're going to need for that floor. And then we come in here, we go second floor drainage. We have a 4-piece and a 5-piece. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 2 vanities here, a shower, a toilet, and a tub. So we come back and we do a 4-piece. Don't forget miscellaneous materials on everything, and a 5-piece. And that was it for second floor. So the beauty of this now, when I go look at my water lines, we're done the drainage. We've done everything for drainage. Look at this. It already adds the water lines, because anything with drains, you know you're going to need water. So we're already done the water lines. We don't really have to change anything except for hose bibs. We're going to come in here and add 2 hose bibs. We got one on each corner of the house. I think they actually had a 3rd hose bib. So this one we're going to do 3, and then a fridge line, rough in for irrigation. This house definitely had it. I believe they did have a water softener. So we're going to add a water softener for that too. So now we just collapse that. So now water lines are completely done. We're going to come into hot water tank. We like to use tankless, but you can kind of add and customize whatever you want. So we've got a tankless there. Gas, I know they had a barbecue for sure. These are all questions you want to ask them if they aren't on the prints. 2 furnaces that we talked about. Miscellaneous materials. That's just, again, strapping and things like that. Fireplace on the main floor. We know that we didn't, because the main floor was the wood burning one. So no main floor, but we did have a fireplace in the basement. We come back here, fireplace there. So we had a fireplace there, and I know we had one on the second floor too. Hot water tank and a cooktop. You come back here. This was a cooktop, so we had to run a gas line here. As you can see here, there was a gas fireplace just up here. That was it for gas. So now we're going to come down to recirc line. We're just going to put 1, and then for us, pipe insulation just means that we're going to insulate all the hot lines. Once you've done the drainage, all your finishing is done. So like majority of the time the basements are getting finished. If they're not, then you can remove any of the finishing off of here, but it automatically adds your finishing for everything. We don't do dishwashers for these kind of clients because or the fridge lines. The appliance guys will connect all this stuff. So everything in here is already done, and I am done my quote. I've kind of reviewed it, and I click view, and this is the beauty of this thing right here. It automatically kind of breaks everything down. You got a total groundworks price. This is including your basement venting, so that's all your kind of like just your 1.5-inch trap arms and your venting for the basement. And then you've got a breakdown of each one of these kind of tasks and how many hours and materials are going to be costed. So you have a full breakdown. Our clients do not see this. This is just for our eyes only. Is main floor drainage. You got the full breakdown price. Again, everything's fully broken down. Second floor drainage, that's essentially just going to be your that'll get you through the roof too. That'll account for your main stacks and anything going through the roof on the second floor there. Water lines, full breakdown. Again, this is a pretty big house, so tankless, $5,600. It's about what we would charge to install a tankless. And then gas, you got full breakdown, and then recirc, pipe insulation, and finishing. This is our total plumbing price. Way back when we did this job, it wasn't quite this high, but everything has changed. So, cost of materials have gone up, everything very, very close to what we would be charging right now. The other beautiful thing about this thing is it is creating a material list. So you come up here, you got a total material list for the entire job. And you can send this to your wholesaler, and you can break down, you got second floor drainage and all that kind of stuff, and your basement, your groundwork. So if you start with groundworks, you can just send this material list, adjust any kind of numbers that you don't like, but it's fully written out for you. You just send this to your supplier, saves you a ton of time, saves us a ton of time. Not get too far into this, but it's fully customizable. Things that aren't in here, you can just add and change the names of things. You can really do whatever you want with this. Light mode to dark mode. If you're more of like a dark mode kind of guy, I prefer the light mode. Yeah. So that's essentially how I do it. And then what I would do next is I would come over to QuickBooks. I'm not going to show you the whole process, but I have pre-written line items that you just automatically put into QuickBooks, and I just send it off to my contractor. All right, I know that was a lot. I just want to kind of show you my process. If this is something you're interested in, there will be a link in this video, or just comment, send it. If you're looking for more information on this, comment, send it. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, check out the link in the description. We will have a link there where you can come check this out. You will be able to try this out for free. We did create this. This is made for you, made for plumbers by plumbers. I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been running a business for about 12. So we do have a lot of experience experience. Everything that is put into this is from our brains, and we made this for ourselves, and we're just trying to share it with the world and get everybody kind of coding faster. Hope you like it, and let us know what you think.